Alrighty then. So I got a good one for you here by my boy Nate Roscoe. So yeah, go show him some love. But yeah, he goes scorched earth on Sarah Stock, and I'm totally here for it. I've been following the Sarah Stock thing. Uh, I'm kind of behind on it. I didn't cover it at all, so this is me throwing my hat into the ring. So yeah, let's give it a listen.
Picture this. You grow up in America and you're navigating the deep waters of adulthood. You go to church and meet a girl who seems like sugar, spice, and everything nice, and you start dating her. Fall in love, you decide to wait until you get married to have sex, and then eventually you marry her and consummate the marriage. Now fast forward. You find out your e-girl trad wife is a deceitful lying snake who has not only been cheating on you behind your back for the last 6 months with her boss, but she did it the entire time she claimed she was abstinent in your relationship. What would you do upon finding out that your entire life up to this point has been a complete and utter lie?
Then it's time to go down to the rope store, in my opinion, because...
Dude. Oh yeah, dude. Norm Macdonald, man. Classic.
It's not going to get better.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about Sarah Stock and her recent scandal, which has left her embroiled in controversy for doing everything I just described to her husband. Not only is the situation a horrible look for her reputation, but it's a deeply grim and bleak outlook on what marriage can look like as a young man if you do not decide to tie the knot with the correct person. It also shows how even if you follow the exact playbook that the boomers give you on how to find a woman and marry her, that sometimes it just isn't enough and it can still blow up in your face. In case you're not aware of who Sarah Stock and her husband are, I'm going to give you a brief rundown really quickly. Sarah Stock is a conservative influencer who is known for posting political and cultural commentary on platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. One platform that significantly helped her gain notoriety was the dogshit slopcast known as the Whatever Podcast. You know, that podcast where every person in the room's combined IQ is below room temperature? Yeah, that one. Sarah built an audience through sharing anti-feminist talking points about how women should get married and live a...
Yeah, of course. Just your classic covert feminists. They're everywhere, man. Especially in the Catholic Church. Because I was traditional Catholic from 2017 to 2024, so a good while. And I only went to Latin Mass. I have to say the only women. Here's the thing. The women in the Catholic space, at least where I live, it's no different than the secular world. In fact, dating those women was even... I can't really distinguish it between the secular women, because a lot of them ended up holding feminist ideas, and a lot of them were pretty liberal, honestly. I'd say that you either had these really stuck-up virgins that came from money, so yeah, good luck with that. Or you had these born-again types, or these liberal types that were not traditional, behind closed doors. Let's just put it that way. They, like I said, there was no difference between them and your typical modern woman out there downtown on a Friday night, Saturday night. So they get buck wild too. And just the amount of guys that are so desperate and thirsty to get married in the Catholic world. And I understand, yeah, you want to have a family. I understand that. I too want to have a family. But they just don't really see the gauntlet that is before them. That's right there. They're just completely naive to the traps, because divorces, they are lower in the Catholic circles, because there is support for those marriages through the church, and there's certain things you can't get an annulment for. So divorce is something that you can't do like you could do in the secular world. But that doesn't stop these guys from being in these miserable marriages, these potentially sexless marriages, or just stuck with the wrong person, right? Or they lost that spark and they're just not happy. I've seen that. in the church.
A modest and traditional life and prioritized that over being a career-first boss babe. This helped her garner a large following on the internet, mainly full of gullible simps who like to hear a woman that they find attractive reinforce their confirmation bias. And if me saying that hurt your feelings, you should know right now that she ain't gonna let you hit, bro. Now here's where things get interesting about
Yeah, bro, she ain't gonna let you hit, dude. That's what I was saying. There's a lot of gullible simps in the Catholic space. They fall for that. They fall for that trad con e-girl grift. They do. And it was a trend even back 7 years ago. This has been going on for a while. It's only gained momentum. But you see new e-girls, they're either going to be traditional Catholic or they're going to be Orthodox Christian. There's one that is just ridiculous. You know, she makes these videos of churning butter, saying that she wants to be barefoot, pregnant, making sourdough, and just has the dumbest videos where she's like, I only want to talk to my husband, but in order to find my husband, I have to talk to people who potentially may not be my husband. It's just and she has provocative photos where she's got cleavage pics. She's got these thirst traps, essentially. When you go down her catalog, you can see that she's no different than a modern woman. And yet these guys, they just freaking eat it up because they're retarded.
this woman. Sarah Stock is a self-proclaimed traditional conservative woman, which is a complete and utter farce, because if you truly are a woman with traditional values, then why the fuck do I know who you are? You're a public figure. Shouldn't you get off the internet and be rubbing your husband's feet, Mrs. Trad Waifu? It gets better though.
Yeah, dude, if you are a real traditional woman, you are not on the internet. You are not chasing clout. You're not making a career online. And that's the thing. If she's online, she's not yours, dude. She isn't. If she is online, if she's on social media, especially if she has a career on social media, do not marry her. Do not even entertain that. And plus, good luck to most of you guys.
She took her claim to the next level when she publicly proclaimed to the world that she was reserving her virginity for her husband in marriage.
Hi, I'm
Oh, that's rich. Yeah, this is rich.
Sarah Stock. I'm 20. I'm from Newport Beach. I'm single. I've never had a long, serious relationship or anything.
You're also religious, correct?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Are you waiting until marriage?
Yep.
Have you always waited till marriage?
Yes.
Now, if this was actually sincere, I would admire her willingness to do something that she believes is right in a culture that quite literally encourages you to do the opposite. But as you're all about to find out, this is nothing more than a grift to build a following and make money.
Rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got all y'all. Because they going to do it for the gram before they do it to you. They going to send a picture to the gram before they send it to you.
Sarah.
Yeah, dude, they do it for the gram, man. That's the thing, dude. You got these chicks online just saying this anti-feminist stuff because they know that it's going to get the attention that they're craving, right? They're going to get tons of male attention, especially in the Catholic space or whatever religion they're touting, right? Because that's the thing, is they've got that marketing down. They've got it down because they know exactly what these men want. These men want wives. They want traditional wives. They want women. They say all the right things, right? But they're not actually living it. That's the huge problem.
Sarah Stock is a covert feminist pretending to be a traditional woman to profit.
Yeah, dude, they're all covert feminists. All of them.
Profit off of her chud audience who can't spot a liar to save their life. We've seen this playbook before. She's just like Erica Kirk, Tommy Lahren, Emily Saves America, Candace Owens, and all the rest of these charlatans. Now, Sarah's current husband is a guy named Will Setka. Will lives a relatively private life based in faith and political activism. I haven't been able to find specifics of when he and Sarah met, but their engagement was announced in...
Dude, I feel sorry for that guy, man. He seems like a nice kid. But, dude, this is such a red flag, man. He wasn't in the photo, just her ring. I won. Really? Yeah, I remember when this was all over the internet. Everyone was freaking out over it. I saw it. I don't really care. But, dude, if she's doing that, she ain't yours, man. She ain't yours.
August 2025. So let's assume for simplicity that they started dating in January of 2024, and it took about 2 years for them to decide they wanted to get married. Given Sarah's career of being a conservative influencer, she attended CPAC in February of 2025, where she would encounter a man named Elijah Schaefer, who is the founder of Grift TV. Remember that clip I showed you earlier of her saying she was waiting till she got married to have sex with her husband? Well, get a load of this. Apparently, when she went to CPAC, the very first time she met Elijah Schaefer, who would become her boss, they would have a sexual relationship. Not only that, but it would go on for 6 months and only end when she got engaged to her now husband.
Oh my God, dude. I've heard this a few times, but it's just wild. It's wild, dude. These women are out of control.
She tweeted this in February. How insane is it that she tweeted?
Men definitely can have baggage too, LOL. Men will get cheated on and have trust issues forever. It's human nature. Jeez Louise.
She did this while she was already cheating on her husband. That's fucking wild. Imagine having the Pope approve of your marriage. Meanwhile, in the back of your head.
Yeah, the freaking Pope blessed their marriage. Are you kidding? Dude, even the Pope can bless your marriage and you're screwed, right? There's no hope.
You've been cheating on him for the last 6 months. That's unfucking believable. And we actually have the receipts for this because of everybody's favorite sexually confused provocateur, Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo posted screenshots between him and Elijah Schaefer, where Elijah was detailing how his life is falling apart. One of the details included was the affair with Sarah Stock. Then Milo goes into deeper detail about how the affair went on for 6 months and how Sarah's husband even met Elijah multiple times while the affair was taking place.
Oh my God, dude. The fact that he met him, that is crazy. That's crazy. There was some dude at when I was at my parish when I was Catholic, he actually knew Milo Yiannopoulos through some means. He did some type of political activism, or I forgot what he did. He was on some politician's marketing team or whatever, but he met Milo through that. But yeah.
As if things weren't brutal enough, to make matters worse, it's alleged that during the affair, Sarah had to abort one of Elijah's babies. And just in case you think Milo might be lying or trying to clout chase off of a fake story, here's a leaked phone call of Sarah Stock admitting herself that the affair took place.
I don't take any accountability at all because, like, it obviously was my fault too. It happened between.
Oh my God, dude, the vocal fry is unreal. Dude, she sounds just like your classic modern woman, dude. Oh my God, it happened between us, but even that. And she, oh my God.
Yes, but even that was like not. I felt like it was like he got me.
Like, it was like, oh my God, like
very intoxicated. Like, I don't even remember most of it. And I was even thinking back because it was at CPAC, the 2 nights you're there, and the second night I was breaking out in a rash, and so he's like, oh, get some Benadryl, it'll help with the rash. And now I'm thinking back, and it's that's probably why I blacked out, because he intentionally gave me Benadryl and fed me a bunch of shots and stuff. And obviously it's stupid on my part to go along with that, you know, but at the same time it's he obviously knew what he was doing.
Guys, I cheated on my husband with my boss, but it's not my fault that I'm a lying, backstabbing, manipulative whore. He gave me some alcohol. Okay, well, if Elijah got you drunk and influenced you to have sex with him the first time, what about the following months that you were banging him behind your husband?
Yeah, for 6 months. Yeah, was it like that for the whole 6 months? I don't think so.
Back. Were you drunk for each and every one of those nights too? You fucking moron. This so-called traditionally conservative girl is no different from the radical feminist who refuses to take accountability that she constantly made fun of. That's the proof in the pudding that this whole trad social media facade is nothing more than a grift. If you actually want to be
yeah, dude, it's just a grift, man. Yeah, she can't take accountability.
Traditional, then get the fuck off social media and live a modest lifestyle. After this information came out, Sarah tweeted this, where she's deflecting the criticism of her while also apologizing.
A lot of what has been said about me is completely untrue. That being said, there are mistakes, unwise decisions I have made that I deeply regret. I have sinned. I apologize to everyone who has been scandalized by this. Please pray. Logging off now. Yeah, okay.
To the people she's hurt. This type of pussy-footed response is a way for her to play the victim card while also still saying sorry. A very common response for women who hate accountability. And while we're on the topic, let me add that I think Elijah Schaefer is an absolute fucking loser for doing.
Dude, yeah, he is a freaking loser, and his life is in shambles. His wife rightfully left him. So he I don't think he has contact with her or his kids, and definitely gonna divorce him. And he's got an alcohol and drug problem. There was a video of him wandering around in a flooded hotel, tripping out on something. It was sad to see, dude, but not in a way where I feel sorry for him. I do not.
Doing this as well. All this guy had to be was the man that his wife and his kids
Bro, it's just pathetic.
needed him to be. But instead, he stepped out on them for his own hedonic, egoist pleasures. I hope it was worth it, bro. To make things even more embarrassing, Sarah initially announced her engagement on Twitter to Will Setka, and Elijah Schaefer responded to this saying, "Congratulations, the haters were wrong again."
Oh my God, dude. Oh, that is so freaking disgusting, man.
Were they, though? This is just absolutely disgusting and vile. And I know there's people on the internet that are dunking on Will Setka and calling him a chud and doing all this shit, but I can't kick this guy while he's down. I seriously hope he divorces her and moves on. Life can be fucking vicious, man. By the way, I feel compelled to say that not all women are like this. I want to make that abundantly clear because...
Yeah, not all women. This is not all women, right? There are plenty of great women out there. Just don't know where they are.
Because I, in my life, would still like to find a good woman and spend the rest of my life with her and potentially start a family. But when
Attaboy.
you read stories like this on the internet, and you're even a little bit black-pilled about relationships, it really doesn't make you super optimistic about the future. How do you show this story to a young guy and still expect him to follow the traditional path of marriage? It's a really hard sell, but to all the married guys watching this, very happy for you, and I hope it continues to work out. Kudos. I've said enough about this conniving twat for one video, but I will leave you guys with this. Fellas, if you want to get married in 2026 or any year after this, do not listen to their words, pay attention to their actions. Life is not a joke. Getting married is a decision that can make or break your trajectory in life. So please proceed with caution and make the best choice you can with the woman that you pick if you decide to play a hand. Godspeed, gentlemen, and for the love of God, no e-girls.
Who's got the clip? No e-girls. Never!
Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, Iceman out. Can I help you, kitty?
All right, man. Good stuff, Nate. Good stuff, Nate. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to what they do, not what they say, because there's a huge difference between what women think they want, what they say they want, and what they actually respond to. And you got to be careful in 2026. Yeah, most guys want to have a family. That's all they want. They just want the traditional, simple life. You know, just on a farm with your pregnant wife, just chopping wood, right? You got the cows, you got the pitter patter of little tiny feet. You know, you got your toddlers, you got a baby. That sounds great. And that's the dream that these e-girls know that these guys want, and they know exactly what to say. But yeah, Sarah Stock, man, that is brutal. I really feel sorry for her husband, and hopefully they will get annulment, and he will be able to hopefully find someone that will actually respect him and honor him by not cheating. So, but yeah, that goes to show that you can have your marriage blessed by the Pope, and then yeah, get completely screwed over, and he's probably just left the internet altogether. God knows what he's going through right now. But anyways, I'm gonna leave that the link to the full video down below. Give Nate a sub and show him some love. And all right, see you guys later.